I do sing, but the piano is actually someone else playing.
Today we're going to be talking about what Lucifer really looks like without CGI and VFX. If you're a true Lucifer fan, then you are at the right place. Let us see how the Lucifer TV show gets filmed and what behind the scenes really look like. Hey everyone, welcome back to Celeb Mania. Before we go any further, remember to smash that like button. Let's carry on. Secret behind Lucifer's grotesque face and eyes. Lucifer's grotesque face and eyes are all achieved through the phenomenal advancements of technology. You'll be surprised to know that the actor who plays Lucifer has to simply wear a bald cap and put tracking dots across his face, and the rest is done through motion capture and CGI. Lucifer is loosely based on the Vertigo comics of the same name. Lucifer has recently been renewed by Netflix for a 6th and final season, after having been cancelled by Fox shortly after its 3rd season. This move has been the source of celebration for the show's dedicated fanbase, whose ceaseless campaigning arguably helped the show make it this far. A sensuous ride. A supernatural fantasy drama takes audiences on a sensuous ride into a world where the devil takes a vacation in LA, becomes a nightclub owner, and finds himself falling for an LAPD detective. Fantastic writing and rich characters are two of the biggest contributors to Lucifer's success. Lucifer would be nothing without its star Tom Ellis as the flamboyant, rebellious, and devilishly handsome Lucifer Morningstar. There is more to know about how this fun, dark fantasy is made. Let's reveal in detail what Lucifer really looks like without CGI and VFX. Lucifer Morningstar was originally a supporting character in the DC Vertigo comic book The Sandman, written by Neil Gaiman, which later spawned the spin-off Lucifer, with the Bored Devil, who did in fact go to Los Angeles to take a break from managing Eternal Damnation. As its protagonist, the TV drama was developed by Neil Gaiman alongside British comic book writer Mike Carey, and takes some liberty from the books. In fact, Lucifer is only loosely structured around the comics-based storyline and themes. One key difference is how a relatively grounded Lucifer hangs out with the LAPD in the show, whereas the comics are more focused on Lucifer's metaphysical journeys through different times, places, and dimensions. Music is an important part of this supernatural drama, as it shows Lucifer himself playing the piano repeatedly in his nightclub, The Lux, and singing with gusto. As the nightclub owner, he's supposed to make an appearance now and then and perform. Fans would be enamored to know that the singing is all done by Ellis himself. The actor does sing his songs, although the piano is not played by him. He did play the trumpet and the French horn in his younger days, but has stated that the piano was never his forte. There was no CGI involved in his singing, and for that matter, all of the actors do their own singing in the Season 5 musical episode. Another aspect where no visual effects are used is where Tom Ellis does his own nude scenes. Lucifer is sexy if nothing else, and every celestial being from the goddess to the demon Mazikeen to the devil himself are extremely strip-happy, much to the pleasure of fans. Ellis has had several nude scenes in the show and is really the devil if the muscles are to be believed. There was a whole workout behind the man to look the way he looks and to do his own nude scenes. Ellis himself said that it is a point of pride for him with how he felt and how he looked. He has really pulled off this part well. Ellis's character almost had an American accent. One might wonder about Ellis's obvious British accent with every character on the show, except for Lucifer, being American. As it turns out, the devil was initially meant to be American just like everyone else. But while reading for the role, Ellis, who is Welsh, realized that the character was coming off as rude, arrogant, and idiotic when he spoke with an American accent. Somehow the British accent imbued Lucifer's characteristic bratty behavior with charm, and made him come across as incredibly smug yet charismatic. In the Netflix series, the charming devil is said to live in a fancy penthouse set right above his glamorous nightclub called the Lux. Is there a real Lux out there? Which real-life building is being portrayed on the show as Lucifer's home? If we go on vacation in Los Angeles, will we find the building on the city skyline? Now, appealing as that might sound, nor the club underneath it exist in real life. Sad to know those stunning city views from Lucifer's penthouse are not a real thing. But the building itself, and you can find it on the city skyline if you know where to look. Two very real buildings served as inspiration for a glamorous structure that is shown. The exterior shots of the Lux actually show the Sunset Tower Hotel on Sunset Boulevard. The Sunset Tower Hotel is also a great fit for the building's story on the show. According to Wikipedia, the historic building was once the residence of choice for many Hollywood celebrities, including John Wayne and Howard Hughes. After a period of decline in the early 1980s, the building was renovated and has been operated as a luxury hotel under the name the St. James Club, the Argyle, and most recently, the Sunset Tower Hotel. While the Sunset Tower Hotel looks most familiar to fans of the show, because it was shown many times in wide-angle establishing shots of both Lux and Lucifer's penthouse, imagery from another well-known Los Angeles building has made its own way to the screen. According to lamnostalker.com, the El Capitan Theater and office building in Hollywood masquerades as the exterior of the opulent lounge throughout the show. Dating back to 1926, El Capitan was dubbed Hollywood's first home of spoken drama and was the place where Orson Welles held the world premiere of his iconic Citizen Kane. The first 2 seasons of Lucifer were shot in their entirety in Vancouver, Canada. This was done even if the show is supposed to be based in LA, and despite the fact that the pilot had actually been shot in the City of Angels. However, from the 3rd season on, production shifted to Los Angeles, and the series has since been filmed on location in California, with large parts of it filmed in the Warner Brothers studio. Leslie Ann Brandt, who plays Mazikeen in Lucifer, has done some amazing stunts all by herself. She said in one of the interviews, "I do about 95% of my stunts. The big hits or falls, I leave to my amazing stunt double. I'm very physical, so I'm lucky in that learning choreography comes easy to me." During season 2, she had several fight scenes, and she was also pregnant the whole time. She shared some images and a video on Instagram of scenes where she was pregnant with another child. Not only does she play the badass Mazikeen, but she is also an epic mother. Despite the strong cult interest that the show garnered, Lucifer saw low viewer ratings throughout its run on Fox. This caused the network to cancel Lucifer after season 3. The series was then picked up by Netflix for the 4th season onward, and then renewed for what was supposed to be the 5th and final season. But in 2020, it was announced that Lucifer had been picked up for another season, which has been confirmed to be its last. We must say the fans really rallied for its renewal. Fans cooked up a Twitter storm by starting the campaign #SaveLucifer to bring it back. The #SaveLucifer campaign was soon coupled with another watchword, #PickUpLucifer. This uproar on social media did actually pay off when Netflix revived the fantasy drama for another season. It's no wonder the series has had such an uneven run of episodes, with seasons once having 10 episodes before getting the episode count bumped up to 26. As a tribute to the campaign that saved the day for the devil, the writers named the penultimate episode of season 4 Save Lucifer. The episode marked what could very well have been the penultimate episode of the series itself at the time, since season 5 was initially meant to wrap things up. Lastly, there were religious petitions to cancel the series. For all the campaigns to save Lucifer, there were also many that were launched to get it off the air. Many websites submitted signed petitions to get the series canceled on the grounds that it promoted evil beliefs and mocked biblical teachings. The 1 Million Moms website of the American Family Association submitted a petition where parents raised concerns about the way the series misrepresented Satan as an anti-hero rather than evil personified, and supposedly made a mockery of the Bible. Obviously, these campaigns did not work. A lot is still happening on Lucifer without the CGI and VFX. Though the VFX in Lucifer is a big contributor to its success, as there is digging, animating, texturing by the effects, it is full of incredibly meaningful emotional growth for its core characters, and shocking turns and twists in the story that make it interesting. We can only hope that Netflix wraps up Lucifer the right way in its last season. That's all for today, guys. Hope you all enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching.